Hello friends, welcome to Ignited Max with the wonders of the positivity. At this video, we are going to clear the concept of the polar form of a complex number, Euler form of a complex number, and the most especially the De Moivre's theorem. Yes, we are going to club the concept and we are going to clear the concept at this video. The more especially we are going to solve some more examples later to it, because after clearing the examples, then the concept even more will be. We are going to take the topic one by one at the time and we are going to clear the complete concept. So let's get started with it. What is the polar form of a complex number? A polar form of a complex number is a different way to represent a complex number apart from a rectangular form. Usually we represent the complex number in a form of z is equal to x plus iy, where I is an imaginary part and x and y are the real. But in a polar form, the complex number are represented as a combination of a modulus and the argument. Okay, sine theta came over here. How does the cos theta came over here? Related to the complete concept we will be seeing at this video. So before that, we'll just see a quite introduction of the polar form of the complex number. We have gone through the Cartesian form of a complex number, standard form of a complex number, that is nothing but z is equal to x plus iy, in which x and y are the real and I is an imaginary unit. Represent the complex number in the different form. So one of the form is polar form and the other form of the complex number is Euler form. The other way we can name it as exponential form, because we have e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sine theta. Okay, let z is equal to x plus iy be a complex number. Then the polar form of z is z is equal to r cos theta plus I sine theta. Yes, and the z can be represented as a z is equal to r e raised to I theta, where r is equal to mod of z is nothing but a modulus of z and theta is equal to argument of z. Such representation of the z is known as an exponential form. What is the formulas comes it off of the polar form, Euler form? How did it came and what is the derivation behind it and what is the reason behind it and what is the use of it, where we need to apply it and how we need to solve these sums? Each and every doubt will be wiping out at this video. Have seen the Cartesian form of the complex number, the standard form, that is nothing but z is equal to x plus iy, in which x and y are the real and I is the imaginary unit. It is an imaginary number. We are going to learn the polar form of a complex number. For that, let's take the axis, x coordinate axis and y coordinate axis, in which we'll name x coordinate axis as a real axis and the y coordinate axis as an imaginary axis. Let us represent a point P of xy in which x determines the real and y determines the imaginary of the complex number z is equal to x plus iy. So then let's determine as OP, in which is equal to R is equal to root of x square plus y square. It's nothing but the z mod value. Yes, in which z is equal to x plus iy. So the z mod is equal to root of x square plus y square. It is the value of the OP. Is called the modulus of the complex number. What we have mentioned over here, the x-axis as the real and the y-axis as an imaginary. So it contains the x and it contains the y. And over here, okay, it is the z mod, the modulus value is nothing but root of x square plus y square. And the p, in which the p contains of the x value, okay, and at the imaginary it's nothing but iy. Okay, so by the Pythagoras theorem, as the triangle OMP is a right angle triangle, by the Pythagoras theorem, x square plus y square is equal to r square, in which r is equal to root by x square plus y square, in which r is the z. Okay, z is equal to x plus iy. So if we will take the mod value, take the modulus, is nothing but root of x square plus y square. Take the theta value over here. This is my right angle triangle, so we can use a trigonometric ratios over here. Yes, the cos theta is nothing but the adjacent upon hypotenuse. The theta is over here, the adjacent side, and the hypotenuse. Adjacent is over here and the hypotenuse nothing but OP, root of x square plus y square, otherwise R, Z mod is nothing but same. Yes, that's what we have mentioned over here. Cos theta is equal to x by Z mod, x by root x square plus y square, it's nothing but x by R. You need to know what is the value of x. X is nothing but R cos theta. Okay, R came over here, it's nothing but x is equal to R cos theta. And let's take the value of sin theta. Sin theta is nothing but the opposite upon hypotenuse. So it's nothing but y by root x square plus y square is nothing but y by R, and y value, okay, y coordinate is equal to r sin theta. So the x coordinate is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. But as we have mentioned, p of x plus iy, x plus iy. Yes, so we know the value of x and y, just put the value on it. Okay, so it's nothing but z, complex form of the number. Okay, x plus iy, just put the value, and x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sin theta. The r is common, just take in the common side, and we will be getting the polar form of the complex number. Yes, this is nothing but the polar form of the complex number. Then the theta, the argument value that we are going to find it with the help of the equation 1 and 2. Just divide it. Okay, divide the equation 2 by 1. It's nothing but r sin theta divided by r cos theta is nothing but y by x. Yes, and r cancel, sin theta by cos theta is equal to tan theta, and y by x as like us. Now theta is equal to tan inverse of y by x. So we are going to find the value of the theta. It's nothing but the argument of the value of theta, in which we used to represent as argz if z is not equal to 0. Yes, so according to the different signs of x and y, the value of the theta changes. That is for different position of the point P of xy. Yes, the point P of xy may be in the first, second, third or the fourth quadrant. Okay, so there are 4 cases. I'll just determine case 1, case 2, case 3 and case 4. It's nothing but my first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Okay, now over here, the first quadrant. Yes, the P lies in the first quadrant. According to where the P lies, first quadrant, second, third, fourth, the sign of it changes, and the argument, the theta value is also changes. Later to it we are going to study. Let's get started. Now over here at P, first quadrant. Yes, so the x and y term in which contains the P, it has the positive value. The x will be also greater than 0 and the y will be also greater than 0. P of xy lies in the first quadrant, and the theta value lies between 0 to 90 degree. It's nothing but 0 to pi by 2. So the theta value is equal to alpha, and the mod value, okay, this is my mod value r, is equal to root by x square plus y square. That will be same, but the theta is equal to alpha. Okay, now what is the differ in the second quadrant? We will see. P lies in the second quadrant as we have seen over here. So the x value will be less than 0. Yes, and the y value will be greater than 0. Yes, and the x coordinate are my real axis and the y coordinate are my imaginary axis. The same process continues for each and every quadrant. Now the P of xy lies in the second quadrant. So the theta, okay, the value of the theta, it lies between the 90 degree to 180 degree. Yes, from pi by 2 to pi. Yes, so the theta value is equal to pi minus alpha. Okay, this is what the changes of the theta value. As I have mentioned, the argument value just changes according to the quadrant. At the first quadrant, theta is equal to alpha, and at the second quadrant, theta is equal to pi minus alpha. Now let's see the third quadrant. Over here it's mentioned. Yes, okay, now the P of xy lies in the third quadrant. Okay, now the x term, okay, x value will be always less than 0 and the y value will be also less than 0. Yes, now and the theta value in which it lies between pi to 3 pi by 2, that's about 180 to 270 degree. So the theta is equal to pi plus alpha. According to the quadrant, the theta value changes, the argument value changes. Now let's move to the fourth quadrant. Yes, it's over here. Yes. Now the p of x y lies in the fourth quadrant, in which it contains of x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0. And the theta value, in which lies between the 270 degree to 360 degree, 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. Now the theta value, okay, I'll just write over here, theta value is equal to 2 pi minus alpha. Just read, according to the quadrant, the theta value changes, it varies off. As long we have seen the modulus value, that is nothing but root x square plus y square is equal to z mod r value, okay, the length OP is called it, and over here POR is called as an angle theta. Yes, okay, it's nothing but the amplitude form of the z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. I is an imaginary unit, cos and sin are the trigonometric function, and the theta are the amplitude, and the more especially the r value is nothing but the z mod. Yes, so we have came across the formulas related to it, okay. According to the different quadrant, the amplitude value changes. Yes, so we have gone through it. So different types of sum we used to see this video, okay. One is of first quadrant, second quadrant, on the coordinate axis, like different types of sums we used to get it, so that we can solve lots of the different problems, okay, so that even more the concept will be clear. So let's start with the first examples. So let's the question is 1 plus root 3i divided by z. Okay, what we need to do it, find the modulus and amplitude of each complex number and express in the polar form. Polar form of z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, so from the given complex number, okay, it's nothing but 1 plus root 3i, so it's nothing but 1 by 2 plus root 3i. It is nothing but the complex number, okay, it is in the form of a plus bi. Yes, okay, x plus iy or a plus bi, it's nothing but same. So we need to find the modulus and amplitude of it, okay, and after finding it we need to express it in the polar form. Let's get started. Okay, first let's distinguish the a part and the b part from the given content. Okay, this is of the form a plus bi. In some of the books even you can see the term as x plus yi. It's nothing but actually same, okay, in which x and y are the real and I is imaginary. Over here a and b are the real and I is a imaginary unit. It's nothing but actually same. Okay, let's get started. So a is equal to 1 by 2. Let's compare with it. Okay, compare with it. A is equal to 1 by 2 and b is equal to root 3 by 2, and the a and b term contains the positive, okay, positive sign, so it's nothing but it's lying in the first quadrant. Yes, find the z mod value, that is nothing but the modulus value, and even we need to find the amplitude value. Okay, first let's get started with the z mod. So z mod is equal to r is equal to root a square plus b square, in which the a value is 1 by 2 and b value is equal to root 3 by 2. If we will square, okay, and take the square root of it, and we will be getting the answer as 1. Okay, the z mod, the r value is equal to 1, that is the modulus value is equal to 1. Now let's move to the amplitude. Okay, so I said that if theta is amplitude, okay, we denote the amplitude as a theta. Okay, so cos theta is equal to a by r and sin theta is equal to b by r. A is nothing but over here, okay, we have compared with the given content, given equation. So a is equal to 1 by 2 and b is equal to root 3 by 2. Okay, r also we have the value of it, just put it over here and we will be getting the answer of sin theta and cos theta. Yes, but we need to find the value of the theta. Have denoted that theta is an amplitude, so we need to find the value of theta. So theta is equal to cos inverse of 1 by 2. The theta is equal to sin inverse of root 3 by 2. Yes, okay, but now the 1 by 2, it's nothing but cos of pi by 3. Yes, and root 3 by 2, it's nothing but sin of pi by 3. Yes, just put it over here. Okay, so that we will be getting the answer of theta. It's nothing but
cancel it, sine inverse sine cancel it, and we will be getting the answer of the theta is equal to pi by 3. Okay, this is finding of one form. Okay, the other way is also there, so we'll just see it over here. Okay, we have the value of sine theta, cos theta. So can we find the value of tan theta? Yes, in a very easy format. Tan theta is equal to sine theta by cos theta, sine theta value over here, cos theta value over here, and we'll be getting the answer. Okay, then we can find the value of theta very easily. Yes, okay, in a very easy format we can find it. Theta is equal to pi by 3. Okay, tan inverse tan, it's nothing but cancel. Okay, so pi by 3. Okay, over here we need to convince for the cos theta and sine theta. Okay, we need to find both the value and we'll be getting the answer of theta. But while finding the tan theta within the one formula, sine theta by cos theta, just divide it and we can find the value of theta. Okay, in a very easy format. Okay, both the way it's absolutely right. Whether we can find it in this way or in this way, both the value will be accepted. Okay, we will be getting the answer same. Yes, over here also theta is equal to pi by 3. Over here also theta is equal to pi by 3. Okay, no changes at all. So we will be getting the answer same. So we need to find the modulus and amplitude. We have already done with it. Okay, modulus and amplitude. Okay, and the most specially actually this question, okay, the A and B are present in the first quadrant, so no need of any change of the sign. It will be same as like us. We'll see a sign change in rest of the quadrant. Later to that examples also we will be doing it, so that even will be concept be clear. Okay, actually this question belongs to the first quadrant, so no need of any sign change. Okay, in first quadrant we need to remember the formula. No, for first quadrant is absolutely right. Pi by 3 will be the answer. Now the polar form of z. Here's the question, express it is in the polar form. So we have expressed that r cos theta plus I sin theta. Yes, so the r value is nothing but my 1, and cos theta, theta is pi by 3, and I as like as sin theta pi by 3. This is how we need to find it. Mention that it belongs to the first quadrant, so we have not changed the sign of it. Okay, we have not used the formula that alpha is equal to pi minus theta, 2 pi minus theta. Later to that we have not gone through it because it lies in the first quadrant, so first quadrant no changes in the sign. But when it comes to the second, third, fourth, then later the sign will be changed, so that we need to remember some of the formulas. Okay, later to that example is over here. Okay, second sum, minus 1 minus I divided by root 2. Yes, so let's express in the form of a plus bi. Yes, so my a value is equal to minus 1 by root 2 and my b value is equal to also minus 1 by root 2. Okay, this sign denotes that it lies in the third quadrant. Yes, find the z mod value of it. Okay, it's nothing but r is equal to root a square plus b square, and we got the answer as 1. All the construction over here also, so that even more we can see it and we can identify it. Okay, now let's take a theta as an amplitude. First I'll explain the same method as we have done over here, sin theta cos theta formula. Okay, related to that also we will find it. Then the quadrant system also we can find it. Okay, so let's take it. The cos theta value is equal to a by r and sin theta is equal to b by r. Okay, a value is well known and the r value is also well known. Just put the value and we'll be getting the answer. Now the finding method is theta is equal to cos inverse of minus 1 by root 2. Yes, theta is equal to sin inverse of minus 1 by root 2. Now 1 by root 2 is nothing but the cos pi by 4 and sin pi by 4 value, but the minus term, okay, minus cos pi by 4 value will be coming over here. Yes, and over here minus sin by pi by 4. Okay, now we need to use the trigonometric functions of the allied angles. The formula I'll mention that it's showing over here. Yes, the trigonometric function of the allied angles, in which we will be getting the answer as minus cos theta. Cos dash plus theta is equal to cos theta, and over here sin dash plus theta is equal to minus sin theta. Okay, so just apply it over here and we will be getting the answer as cos pi plus pi by 4 is nothing but my cos pi by 4 minus cos pi by 4. Yes, it's nothing but cos pi plus theta, it's nothing but minus cos theta. Just compare with the trigonometric function of the allied angles. Over here
Sine pi plus theta, it's nothing but my minus sine theta. Okay, theta is over here pi by 4. Just compare with the trigonometry function of the allied angles formula, and over here just cancel it off. Cos inverse, sine inverse. Yes, and just do the calculation over here. It's very easy. Yes, multiply the numerator and denominator by 4. Okay, 4 pi divided by 4. So 4 pi plus pi, it's nothing but 5 pi by 4. Over here also same, 5 pi by 4. So my theta came is a very easy form. My theta is equal to 5 pi by 4. Okay, but this is we have done by the trigonometric function of the allied angles. We have gone through it. Now if we can't able to remember the trigonometric function of the allied angles, still we will get the answer. That is nothing but by quadrant system. Now the quadrant system is displayed. Yes, so according to the quadrant, first, second, third, fourth. Now my A and B term lies in the third quadrant. Yes, so what will be the value of the amplitude over here?
Theta is equal to sine theta by cos theta. Yes, by doing the calculation, root to cancel, minus cancel, we will be getting the answer 1. So 1 tan theta is equal to 1, in which theta is equal to pi by 4. Yes, I have done the calculation over here. It's nothing but, over here I'll mention, theta is equal to tan inverse 1. Yes, so tan inverse 1, it's nothing but tan inverse tan pi by 4. Tan cancel and pi by 4 is over here. Yes, now let's do the other way of method. Okay, now A and B lies in the third quadrant. Yes, the amplitude value, okay, pi plus theta. Over there I mentioned the theta as alpha and the amplitude I have mentioned as theta. Yes, it's absolutely the same. Don't be confused with the symbols. Okay, it's absolutely same. Okay, theta over here is pi by 4. This is the one way of method, so don't take this value. Okay, we have already find out the theta over here. This is one way of method and this is the other way of method. So theta over here is pi by 4. So pi plus pi by 4 is nothing but my 5 pi by 4. Yes, the other way. Okay, within this 2-3 steps we can find the value of the amplitude. Okay, with the help of the quadrant. Over here we need to use the trigonometric function of the allied angles formula. Over here we have used the quadrant system. So it's up to us, any way of method is accepted over here. Each and every question belongs to the different quadrant. Okay, so that even more will be concept. So according to the quadrant it changes. So how we need to denote it, so that I have explained in different problems, so that even more will be concept clear. So I took the third sum. Okay, the method is absolutely same, only the amplitude format we need to remember it. Okay, so z is equal to minus root 3 plus I. Okay, let's express in the form of a plus bi. Yes, in which a is equal to minus root 3 and b is equal to 1. Okay, minus root 3 1, a is minus, b is 1. So let's identify the quadrant. It's nothing but lying in the second quadrant. Yes, okay, just keep it as like us. While doing the value of the theta, while finding the value of theta, then this will be the most important part that we need to apply over here. Okay, let's find the value of z mod is equal to r, and we got the answer as 2. Yes, now so r is equal to 2. Let's take a theta as an amplitude. Okay, if theta is an amplitude, then cos theta is equal to a by r and sin theta is equal to b by r. Okay, just put the value. We have the value of a and r as like us. Just put the value as like us, and theta is equal to cos inverse minus root 3 by 2 and theta is equal to sin inverse 1 by 2. Okay, root 3 by 2, 1 by 2. It's nothing but my cos pi by 6, sin pi by 6 value, and minus I have denoted as like us. No changes over here. Now we need to use the trigonometric function of the allied angles formula. The formula is cos dash plus theta is equal to minus cos theta. In over here theta is equal to pi by 6. So it's nothing but cos dash plus pi by 6 is equal to minus cos pi by 6. Okay, just apply the formula, just relate with it. Okay, and over here sin dash plus pi by 6, so that we will be getting the answer of sin pi by 6. Yes, in a very easy format we have done it. Pi minus pi by 6 and pi minus pi by 6 over here. If we will do the calculation, sin pi minus theta is nothing but sin theta. Theta is pi by 6. cos pi minus theta is equal to minus cos theta. Theta is pi by 6. Now very easy format we can done with the trigonometric function of the allied angles. But the point is we need to remember the trigonometric function of the allied angles table. Okay. So just do the calculation. Theta is equal to 5 pi by 6, and the very easy format we used to get it. Now the other way of doing, by remember the quadrant also we can find it, as I mentioned. Okay, over here we are going to apply over here. So let's find the value of tan theta over here. Tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. Just put the value and we'll be getting the answer as minus 1 by root 3. Yes, 1 by root 3. In tan, it lies in the tan. Pi by 6 is equal to 1 by root 3. Yes, over here it's minus. Yes, it's absolutely alright. But we'll just apply the quadrant system. Theta is equal to pi minus alpha. So my alpha is equal to pi by 6. Yes, it's already denoted. But the pi, we need to add it. Okay, pi minus alpha. Alpha is nothing but my pi by 6. Pi minus of alpha, and after doing the calculation we will be getting the answer same, that is nothing but 5 pi by 6. Next question, as I mentioned, we do a different types of sum. Okay, so z is equal to minus 2. It's nothing but it's lying in the real axis. Yes, there is no imaginary part present at this question. So if you will compare in the form of a plus bi, then a is equal to minus 2 and b is equal to 0. So if a is equal to minus 2 and b is equal to 0, then it is called as it's having the real part, not the imaginary part. Yes, and we can find the value of r, that is nothing but my modulus value. Okay, root a square plus b square, and we'll be getting the answer as 2. Yes, now the most important part. Okay, within a second we can find it. Okay, this type of question, if it contains only real part and imaginary part, we can find it very easily. I'll say a tip for it. Okay, now minus 2 0, it's nothing but a, this is my a value and this is my b value. Yes, a is equal to minus 2 and b is equal to 0, lies in a negative real axis. Okay, negative real axis is nothing but my x-axis. Yes, so the x-axis at my later to my first and fourth quadrant, whatever is that, it has the positive value, and the negative real axis over here contains of negative term, negative real term. Yes, so it's nothing but minus 2 comma 0 lies in the negative real axis. Okay, so the theta value, the amplitude value, okay, will be the 180. Yes, degree or pi radian. Okay, both the values absolutely same. Okay, and afterwards we can express in the polar form of z, and we got the answer. Okay, so as I mentioned, within a fraction of this second we can find the value of the amplitude over here. Okay, it's very easy. If it's lying in the real or imaginary axis, we can find it very easily. Now the next question, I took it off imaginary axis only. Okay, in which the z lies in the imaginary axis, not in the real part. The real part is 0 and the imaginary part is equal to 3. Yes, and we can find the value of r, that is nothing but z mod root a square plus b square, and we got the answer as 3. Now it is nothing but in the form of 0 3, 0 comma 3. In a part is 0 and my b part is equal to 3, in which it lies in the positive imaginary axis. Yes, the 3 has the positive sign, so it's lying in the positive imaginary axis, so it's nothing but vertical axis. So the value of the theta at the positive imaginary axis will be 90 degree or pi by 2 radian. Yes, in a very easy format we can find the value of the theta. If it's lying in the coordinate axis, if it's lying in the real or imaginary axis, we can find it very easily, as we have done over here. Yes, so over here, if it lies in the quadrant, first, second, third, fourth, any quadrant, then one way of doing is this: by finding the cos theta, sin theta, we can find it. The other way of doing it, find the value of tan theta. Okay, and the theta value is equal to pi minus alpha, pi plus alpha, 2 pi minus alpha. According to the quadrant it varies. Okay, just put the value and we'll be getting the answer. Okay, the answer is absolutely same. Okay, even we can cross check it if we have done with the question part. Okay, just cross check whether the answer is right or not. That way also we'll be getting the answer same, so that even more we will be getting the well part clear. Now let's move to the Euler part. We have seen the Cartesian form of the complex number, the polar form of the complex number. Now over here we are going to represent the complex number as a Euler form, exponential form. Yes, so over here I'll say a small recap we have already done, whether a small recap of it, okay, but we'll discuss a complete derivation of it, but still, okay, if e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta, let take z is equal to x plus I by the Cartesian form of the complex number. It's is equal to z is equal to x plus iy, and the polar form of the z, as we have done previously, okay, we have done lots of this sum related to it. The polar form of z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. Yes, and the cos theta plus sin theta, as previously we have represented as a e raised to I theta. Just put the value over here. So the formula is z is equal to r e raised to I theta, where r is equal to z mod and theta is nothing but the argument of z. Now that will be absolutely alright, but e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus sin theta. How did it came? So we are going to see a complete derivation, but for that we are going to expand it, okay, later to the trigonometric function, that is expansion, later to the logarithm, that is expansion, later to the exponential, that is expansion, and for the algebraic expression we have the expansion of it, okay. So by using the Taylor series of the expansion, we are going to expand each and every term, and we will be getting the answer as e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. We are going to prove it over here. So let's get started, okay. I'll make sure to see the expansion at the right hand side, okay. Even we can take the complete expansion at the right hand side, but still I'll just show it over here, okay. Cos theta plus I sin theta, this is nothing but my RHS value, okay. I'll prove it from LHS to RHS, RHS to LHS, in both the term I'll just prove it and show it over here, okay. Cos theta expansion is nothing but 1 minus theta square 2 factorial plus theta raised to 4 divided by 4 factorial. It just goes it off, okay. When the sign also varies, minus positive, it just interchanges, it changes, and over here all the even function comes it off, okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, okay, and it just goes it off. That's why I have represented in the dot form. Yes, and I as like us, and the sin theta expansion is nothing but theta minus theta cube by 3 factorial plus theta raised to 5 by 5 factorial, okay. It just goes it off, but don't be confused with the sin x, okay, in which that x is an angle, over here theta is an angle, so don't be confused with it. In formulas and most of it we'll say see a difference of it, so no more confusion. Remove the bracket of it. We have removed by each and every term. We are going to write it over here. 1 as like as I theta, okay, plus I theta, okay, and over here minus theta square by 2 factorial minus 1, it's nothing but minus, same, it's absolutely same. Yes, theta square divided by 2 factorial, and over here minus 1 I, okay, I theta cube by 3 factorial is absolutely same, okay, no doubt it off, okay. And over here theta raised to 4 by 4 factorial, it's nothing but minus 1 raised to square, it's nothing but 1. So 1 theta raised to 4 factorial is nothing but absolutely same. Yes, now why I have denoted in the minus 1? Because I need to express as an I, as an imaginary unit. Now my LHS value is e raised to I theta. Yes, and the expansion of e raised to I theta is over here, and it is the form of I, the imaginary part. So that's what I have expressed over here as the imaginary part, because I is equal to root of minus 1, I square is equal to minus 1, I raised to cube is equal to minus I, and I raised to 4 is equal to 1, the power of I. Yes, for that purpose I have introduced the minus 1 over here. So it's nothing but, this is my RHS value, this is what we need. So cos theta plus I sin theta is equal to over here 1 plus I theta, minus 1 is nothing but my I square value. Yes, and theta square as like as minus 1 into I, minus 1 is nothing but my I square into I as like as minus 1 is nothing but my I square raised to square, and rest all things I have kept as like as, okay. Now the part is 1 plus I theta the whole square divided by 2 factorial. Yes, it's nothing but absolutely same. Yes, I square into theta square, and I square value is -1. Yes, it's absolutely same. And over here, I square into I, it's nothing but my I cube. So I theta cube is nothing but I cube dot theta cube. Yes, and I raised to 2 into 2 4. I 4 into theta 4 is nothing but I theta raised to 4. Yes, the question what I have determined is absolutely same, and it's nothing but my e raised to I theta value, the expansion of e raised to I theta. So I have expanded the RHS value and I have proved it by the LHS. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the LHS value, I'm going to prove it by the RHS. Okay, let's get started with it. So my LHS value is e raised to I theta. Yes, so I have already expanded it. Previously also I have expanded. Okay, now I'm going to express as a cos theta plus I sin theta. So I'm going to separate it. Okay, for all, I into square, I square is equal to -1. Yes, and theta square as like as I raised to cube. Okay, it's nothing but minus I. So I have denoted the minus. I raised to 4 is nothing but 1, so no need of sign change. Now let's separate the brackets. Okay, 1 minus theta square plus 2 factorial, theta raised to 4 by 4 factorial. Okay, plus I and all my imaginary part. Okay, all the imaginary part which contains the I have written over here, and this is nothing but my cos theta expansion, and this is nothing but my sin theta expansion. So cos theta plus I sin theta also we have proved it. Okay, from LHS to RHS, RHS to LHS we have proved it. Actual Euler form, the formula is over here. Z is equal to R e raised to I theta, and e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. We have proved it. Yes, and as we have proved for the Euler form. Question that whatever I have took over here is absolutely same as we have done previously for finding the polar form of Z. Yes, we have done by R value and we have found the theta value, and we'll be getting the answer, and that way we have found it. Now I took the same question over here also, but we are going to find the Euler form. So the question is absolutely same, even the most of the procedure is also absolutely same. Okay, R and theta value should be the same. Okay, the amplitude value whatever we have found, theta is equal to 5 pi by 6. Okay, it's absolutely same, but the polar form, it's nothing but Z is equal to R e raised to I theta. Okay, R value is 2 and theta value is 5 pi by 6. Okay, just put the value. This is how the Euler forms consist of. Yes, so with the same question we can find the polar form of Z, even the Euler form of Z very easily. Next sum. Okay, then also your concept will be clear. Z is equal to -2. Okay, so at that moment also it lying in the negative real axis as we have mentioned for the polar form of Z. Now we are going to express as the Euler form of Z. So R value we know and the theta value is also know. It's nothing but pi. So just put it in the formula. Z is equal to R e raised to I theta. Okay, then also we will be getting the answer. So with the same question we can find the polar form of Z and Euler form of Z, and the theta, the one way of finding the amplitude by the allied angles, trigonometric function of the allied angles. If we can't able to remember it, the other way is just remember the coordinate system and we can find it very easily. Okay, the two ways absolutely all right. We have gone through the Cartesian form of the complex number, the polar form of the complex number, and the Euler form of the complex number. We have seen the lots of the examples with the different coordinate. We have gone through it. Now at the De Morgan's theorem, okay, it is based on the polar form of the complex number. That is nothing but in 1970 the De Morgan proposed the following theorem for finding the power of a complex number as R cos theta plus I sin theta raised to n is equal to R raised to n cosine theta plus I sin n theta, in which n belongs to the integers. For example, cos theta plus I sin theta raised to phi is equal to cos phi theta plus I sin phi theta. Yes, and cos theta plus I sin theta raised to -1 is equal to cos of minus theta plus I sin of minus theta. And cos theta plus I sin theta raised to 2 by 3 is equal to cos 2 by 3 theta plus I sin 2 by 3 theta.